Mike B here with Bombero bus. Gonna check on putting some lights into Roxanne here. These that you see, we just put them up because of a little camping trip we went on. They're just clipped up, and as you can see, they still have to be plugged in. I do intend to put an auxiliary or leisure battery in here to run interior lights while you're parked without draining the battery. But until then, I'll want some sort of lighting here in the back, and these aren't going to do on a permanent basis. So I found these. These were on sale at Walmart. They were regularly, I think, $49, and got them for $39. You can see they're for boats or whatever. There's a remote, but I'm not trying to make it a rave scene up in there, but there is a nice yellow light that can be used with this remote. So that's probably, if I use this, that's what I'm going to go for. We'll see how it goes. And we've opened them up, and I must say, I don't know much about the LED strips, but these feel like really good quality. They're pretty thick and durable. You can see the brand is Aqualights. But with the weight, they do weigh more than I thought. So I question if this adhesive is going to be able to hold, and if so, for how long. Yes, 3M in the past has not let me down, but I have heard stories of these LED strips, the adhesive not holding on them, and people having to find alternative ways to put them up there. But what you got was two 4-foot strips. So it said 8 foot on the box. I didn't know if it was going to be an 8-foot piece or what. Honestly, that's what I thought it was going to be. So I thought I'd be running, that's about 8 foot from there all the way to the back. I thought I'd just be putting one strip across there, which seemed like it would be enough to light the bus. But it's two 4-foot strips, so I'm going to try to put the module up here. And there's two plugs that come down, and they're just the right length to meet those corners. And it looks like we'll try to put a 4-foot strip across there and a 4-foot strip across there. And I suspect that would light this whole area forward of the couch and probably the whole bus. But like I said, I've never seen those before. So we're going to move forward. Just wanted to show you what we got out of the box. Now I've opened up the module. Wanted to give you a look at that. It's got a positive and a negative for the ground. And then it's got two extensions, which are basically the plugs that the strip of light goes into. So I don't know if this is how I'm going to permanently do it, because who knows, if I put a leisure battery in here in the future, I might rearrange some things. So my intention now is I'm going to put this module inside this housing. If I use this light pretty much be rendered null and void. So I'm going to use the power source in there and the ground in there, and maybe take the light in there out and put this module inside of it, because from there I can run the two plugs to each side of the bus coming down these channels that I talked about, and they meet up right in the corner, plug into the strip lights, and go across there. This is here because, like I said, nothing's permanent yet. There is a channel inside this ridge, but you have to fish your line through there. You have to know that's a permanent setup, or else it's a lot of trouble. So for now, I'm gonna, button these up, but I'm gonna run my wires through that and, just get us going that way. And then if the layout in here changes, we'll do something more permanent. Yeah, so it's no secret that if you're gonna hook up some lights, you might want to take a minute to make sure they work. That's all I've done here is, I've connected it to a positive down there at my fuse box, and I have them grounded just to test run it. And I don't have a bead on the remote yet. There's a battery in it, but I don't know how to work it yet. I'm basically just seeing what hues I like, and you can see some of those lighter hues are good for just regular lighting, and then there's always the option, I guess, to get crazy if you want. But at least we know the lights work. Okay, so we got the remote working. It came with a battery in it, and all we know so far is that we can manually change the colors with the remote. Leave it one solid color, or okay, you can get your rave on. And if you do find a color that you like, it looks like you can fade through the spectrum, or you can just set it on one solid color. So this is where we're at. We're gonna be able to take these down now. Like I said, they were just for a little bit of camping fun that we had, but these are permanently or semi-permanently mounted. So inside here, you remember I told you I was gonna stuff the module in there? It is in there. So this light no longer works, but of course there was a power and a ground that went to that light. So all I did was take that power and hook it up to the module of the LED lights, and also hooked up the ground in there. And the whole module is in there with the plug wires coming out of each side. This, I'm gonna button it up. It's gonna go inside some of this tubing, or I might eventually fish it through the channel there. I just wanted you to see that it's working so far, and it's good enough to have some fun with it. So the bigger thing is, so far this is what it looks like for me. I stuck the LED lights inside those little hollow channels in there, and those LED lights are totally exposed. They're just way too bright and taxing on the eyes. Like I said, we're not trying to have a rave in here. Raves are bad, drugs are bad. It is good enough for me and the kids to have some fun with it, and while we're driving down the road, you know, they can mess with the lights, and they look pretty cool. So that's what we're gonna go with for now. Oh, the adhesive is still on there. I didn't have to pull the adhesive off there. The LED strip is just laying loosely in that channel there. So, I mean, who knows if it's gonna last or work for very long, but really, I think it will surprise us. So basically I got the remote, and you know, just, you can change the colors, or you can have your rave if you must. But for the most part, I'm pleased with the product. It was easy to install, and we're gonna have some fun with it. And there's the final result. It's not totally dark outside, but I was anxious to see how it's gonna look. So the lights, like I said, I'll show you this view. If you notice, they only go halfway back. They don't go all the way to the back of the bus. The good thing is those come in 4-foot lengths, and there is a 4-foot sections sold separately, so they can be connected and ran all the way to the back if I want. But there it is. You got this white one. Really good for just brightening up the space for practical use, and then, you know, you can choose a color that you like. With the remote, or you can fade through them, and then there's for you ravers. But the good thing is, it's almost like if you saw the kit I bought, it's almost like it was made for this bus, because the module fits up here. If you guys have a Volkswagen bus, the two plug wires were the exact size needed to make it to this corner here, and then the lengths come in 4-foot sections. which happened to be the perfect length to complete the bus from the front to the back if you want. So it was a stroke of luck, but that thing works out really good for a Volkswagen bus of this type. The bad news is that this is still for the kids to play with while we're going down the road. If you left it on without the bus running, it would drain the battery. So, you know, when I get a leisure battery hooked up, these would go connect straight to it and you wouldn't have to worry about draining your starting battery. But there it is. I'm gonna call it a win. So if this helped you out, feel free to like or subscribe, and if you see something that I did wrong, please leave some comments, and of course, thanks for watching.